The Minnesota legislature's recent public safety bill was large and covered a wide variety of topics.
Sure did. Tucked away in that bill is a new office, the first of its kind in the nation. ABC 6 News reporter Emily Pofall is here in the studio to talk about this new initiative. Emily?
The recent public safety bill set aside $1 million to open the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Relatives Office. Minnesota's Indigenous communities have been working on this kind of legislation for a long time and say that Indigenous women and girls are more likely to experience violence than other demographic groups in Minnesota.
I mean, there's not a Native family that doesn't have a story to tell, or two or three or four around this.
According to a 2019 study, Indigenous women make up less than 1% of Minnesota's population, but 9% of overall women and girl homicides in the state. And anywhere from 27 to 54 Indigenous women and girls were missing in any given month from 2012 to 2020. That's the motivation behind the new Missing and Murdered Indigenous Relatives Office.
I feel like this is something that has been needing to be brought to light for quite some time now.
Minnesota Republicans and Democrats unanimously voted to create a task force for this issue.
We went out into communities and listened. We looked back into some of the records that we were able to access.
Legislators and Indigenous leaders have been working together for about 18 months to start this office. Indigenous leaders, however, have been fighting for this legislation for much longer.
It's not something that's just occurred in the recent years. This has been going on for many, many years. Just put yourself in our position. Think about it being your daughters, granddaughters, your sisters, your brothers, your mom, your grandmother,
Both recognize that this is going to be a step-by-step process, but are excited to get started. One important aspect of this new office is that there are tribal leaders involved in the process, offering expertise and advice.
Having those key people in place that the tribes and tribal people trust and believe in will be key.
The new office will have its first planning meeting next week. Back to you.